Hello everyone, and welcome to this video about Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, the 2009 adventure comedy film. Directed by Shawn Levy, the film is a sequel to the 2006 hit, Night at the Museum, and follows a former museum guard who travels to Washington to rescue his friends from an evil pharaoh who plans to take over the world. Let's explore the thrilling plot, the star-studded cast, their ages, and how they are today. So, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more fun, and let's get started. Kahmunrah is an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. He wants to use the tablet of Ahkmenrah to unleash the army of the underworld and conquer the world. He is played by Azaria, an American actor who was born on April 25, 1964 in Queens, New York. Some of his other roles are Mos Eisley in The Simpsons and Gargamel in The Smurfs. Azaria was 44 years old and is currently 59 years old. Jedediah Smith is a cowboy figurine who lives in the Wild West diorama. He is adventurous, brave, and loyal to his friends. Jedediah is played by Owen Wilson, an American actor who was born on November 18, 1968 in Dallas, Texas. Some of his other roles are Hansel in Zoolander and John Beckwith in Wedding Crashers. Wilson was 40 years and is currently 55 years old. Octavius is a Roman general who leads the army of Caesar in the Roman Empire diorama. He is courageous, honorable, and respectful of his enemies, especially Jedediah. Octavius is played by Coogan, a British actor who was born on October 14, 1965 in Middleton, Lancashire. Some of his other roles are Alan Partridge in I'm Alan Partridge and Stan Laurel in Stan and Ollie. Coogan was 43 years and is currently 58 years old. Sacajawea is a Native American woman who was the guide of the Lewis and Clark expedition. She is brave, smart, and independent, and has a crush on Theodore Roosevelt. Sacajawea is played by Mizuo Peck, an American actress who was born on August 18, 1977 in New York City, New York. Some of her other roles are Jennifer in A Case of You and Sarah in Almost in Love. Peck was 31 years old and is currently 46 years old. Theodore Roosevelt is a wax figure of the 26th President of the United States. He is wise, charismatic, and inspirational to the other exhibits, especially Larry Daley. Theodore Roosevelt is played by Robin Williams, an American actor who was born on July 21, 1951 in Chicago, Illinois. Some of his other roles are Peter Pan in Hook and Genie in Aladdin. Williams was 58 years old when he played Theodore Roosevelt and passed away in 2014 at the age of 63. Larry Daley is the night guard of the American Museum of Natural History, who discovers that the exhibits come to life at night due to the magic of the tablet of Ahkmenrah. He is the protagonist of the film series and tries to protect the museum and its inhabitants from various threats. He is played by Ben Stiller, an American actor who was born on November 30, 1965 in New York City, New York. Some of his other roles are Greg Fokker in Meet the Parents and Derek Zoolander in Zoolander. Stiller was 43 years old and is currently 58 years old. Amelia Earhart is a famous aviator who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She is adventurous, charismatic, and fearless, and becomes Larry's love interest in the film. She is played by Amy Adams, an American actress who was born on August 20, 1974 in Vicenza, Veneto, Italy. Some of her other roles are Lois Lane in Man of Steel and Giselle in Enchanted. Adams was 34 years old and is currently 49 years old. Ahkmenrah is the young pharaoh who is the owner of the tablet of Ahkmenrah, which gives life to the museum exhibits. He is wise, kind, and noble, and helps Larry and his friends to stop Kahmunrah and his allies. He is played by Rami Malek, an American actor who was born on May 12, 1981 in Los Angeles, California. Some of his other roles are Elliot Alderson in Mr. Robot and Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. Malek was 27 years old and is currently 42 years old. Nicky Daley is the son of Larry Daley. He is smart, curious, and supportive of his father's adventures. Nicky Daley is played by Jake Cherry, an American actor who was born on September 15, 1996 in New Jersey. Some of his other roles are Edie in Friends with Money and young Benjamin in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Cherry was 12 years and is currently 27 years old. Al Capone is the notorious gangster who ruled Chicago during the Prohibition era. He is ruthless, cunning, and ambitious, and leads a group of villains. Al Capone is played by John Bernthal, an American actor who was born on September 20, 1976 in Washington, D.C. Some of his other roles are Shane Walsh in The Walking Dead and Frank Castle in The Punisher. Bernthal was 32 years and is currently 47 years old. Ivan the Terrible is a figure of the first Tsar of Russia who is known for his cruel and tyrannical reign. He is paranoid, violent, and power-hungry, and joins forces with Al Capone and Napoleon Bonaparte. Ivan the Terrible is played by Christopher Guest, an American actor who was born on February 5, 1948 in New York City. Some of his other roles are Nigel Tufnell in This Is Spinal Tap, and Count Tyrone Ruggin in The Princess Bride. Guest was 60 years, and is currently 75 years old. Napoleon Bonaparte is a figure of the French emperor. He is arrogant, egotistical, and short-tempered, and plots to overthrow the Smithsonian with Al Capone and Ivan the Terrible. Napoleon Bonaparte is played by Alain Chabat, a French actor who was born on November 24, 1958 in Oran, Algeria. Some of his other roles are Asterix in Asterix and Obelix, Mission Cleopatra, and Serge Mallard in I Do. Chabat was 50 years, and is currently 65 years old. George Armstrong is a figure of the American general. He is brave, patriotic, and stubborn, and clashes with the Native American exhibits at the Smithsonian. George Armstrong is played by Bill Hader, an American actor who was born on June 7, 1978 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Some of his other roles are Richie Tozier in It Chapter 2, and Barry Berkman in Barry. Hader was 30 years, and is currently 45 years old. Dr. McPhee is the director of the Museum of Natural History. He is strict, impatient, and oblivious, and threatens to fire Larry Daley if he does not fix the malfunctioning exhibits. Dr. McPhee is played by Ricky Gervais, a British actor who was born on June 25, 1961 in Reading, Berkshire. Some of his other roles are David Brent in The Office, and Dr. Ian in Ghost Town. Gervais was 47 years, and is currently 62 years old. Attila the Hun is a figure of the leader of the Hunnic Empire. He is fierce, savage, and loyal, and becomes friends with Larry Daley and the other exhibits. Attila is played by Patrick Gallagher, a Canadian actor who was born on February 21, 1968 in New Westminster, British Columbia. Some of his other roles are Gary the bartender in Sideways and Ken Tanaka in Glee. Gallagher was 40 years and is currently 55 years old. This was the cast of Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. If you liked this video, click like, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.